What we'll do is we're going to go all over the place. Okay.
Sweet.
So I actually, one of your other songs I want to talk about, but this is what we're going to do. Again, I'm the runner. This is Nate Wood. We tried this before. We had some technical difficulties. He's a rapper out of Waukegan, Illinois, or Waukegan, Wisconsin, rather. Correct?
Waukesha. Yep.
Waukesha. Yeah, Waukegan's in Illinois. Waukesha, Wisconsin. And I discovered him on Instagram, just scrolling, looking for some hip hop artists. And again, I'm very selective as to who I choose, and I really like the song "Hello Day," which we will play. So let's start from scratch. So tell
Sure.
us who Nate Wood is, and how you got started.
Sure. All right. Nate Wood is an independent hip hop artist from grew up in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I'd say I got started. By the way, cheers! I'm drinking a beer as well.
Oh, Roger that. Cheers.
No, I grew up. I grew up in Waukesha. I went to two private schools before going to a public high school. Went to school in Waukesha. Was an athlete, big basketball player, and kind of got into hip hop music at a really young age when I heard the first rapper I ever heard was Eminem. I think I was in second grade. And it's funny because my mom's side of the family, one of my cousins showed me Eminem. She showed me a lot of other music too, but that was just kind of what drew my attention the most at that young age. And then my dad's side of the family actually showed me Jay-Z. So those are the two rappers that I really built my foundation around. And, both of them weren't, I would say, as accepted just in my household as the type of music that my parents wanted me to be listening to.
Right.
And I think that kind of plays into the battle and kind of the back and forth that I draw upon when I'm actually like creating and making my music. So it's almost like what I naturally feel and what I naturally want to do isn't as much as accepted, but I draw upon what I tend to steer away from and kind of try to create more of a light out of it. So I think I was listening to them all the way up until I want to say seventh grade. I started dabbling with like writing and showing some raps to my friends. And by the time I was in high school, everyone kind of knew me as the basketball player that was obsessed with Eminem and Jay-Z. That eventually built down to like Lil Wayne, Drake, and then J. Cole. I started to really get into it probably my sophomore, junior year of high school. Really getting into it, saying just like my close friends knew that I was doing it. It wasn't really something that was public that I was trying to do. My senior year, I did get with some friends and jump on a verse on their mixtape, and that was kind of when people were like, "Whoa, he's got some rhymes." I mean, his his delivery and everything like that's kind of corny, but he's got it. And when I got to college, it was what I resorted to because I went away to school. And I went away to Iowa to play basketball in school, and I went through a time where I just really where I was really alone, didn't have a lot of friends, was having a hard time kind of getting acquainted into the new environment. And I met a good buddy of mine, his name is Charles, and I'm so thankful for him. He really helped me through a lot, and I mean, the two of us, something that brought us together was just getting together and listening to music and then writing our own songs, writing our own lyrics and our own raps. Eventually, by my sophomore year, I came out and we did a show. We did a show in like our residence hall lobby, and a bunch of people came and people really liked it. I kind of carried it on from there. Still, people knew that I do it, but it was kind of more of a closet thing. And by the time my senior year came around, I put my first mixtape out. And just rode with it from there and just started building project after project until now. So that was about 2012 when I put that out. 2013 when I put that out. Now we're 2017. So now I'm at living in two worlds, and that's kind of
Wow.
that's in a nutshell from here. So
Well,
yeah.
it's funny because you finished college
Mm-hmm.
and you're still pursuing your dream. And a
Right.
lot of people, they get out of high school, they want to do something, they start college, and then they drop out to pursue their passion, and it's a 50-50. It's a crapshoot. You either make it or you don't, but you don't have anything to fall back on.
Right.
And that's, life is about contingency planning for survival. And a lot of people don't get that. It's like all or nothing. And I mean, you can do, if you have a great support base, you can do that. You don't have to go to college, but a lot of folks don't have that support where they can kind of sit back and be taken care of until, they get like a grace period, if you will, to pursue their dream. And, you know what I'm saying? And they're still being taken care of by their parents. A lot of people don't get that. It's like once they get out of high school, they got to go do something, either college or get a job. So you're fortunate in that respect. I mean, I graduated college, and I'm all about contingency, man. So good for you. Good for you, man. And that is quite a journey. So you know what I didn't ask you last time, and we'll cover some of the things. I don't want to like repeat, but when is that optimal time for you? Like for me personally, it was like either early hours in the morning to produce music, or late at night after like 11 o'clock. So where's that sweet spot for you where you draw that energy, where you achieve the chi to start doing what you do? So tell me about that.
Oh, it's definitely at night when like a full day's worth of things have happened, I would say. It's something where I take in like all the energy from the day. I think a lot of my best work, like on my latest project right here, was all done the after hours of work, after dinner, after everything's taken care of, and it can just be me and the creativity. I think there is good work that can be done like early on in the morning before anything starts. But for me personally, I can just recall a lot of my best like ideas that were put to paper, and my best like lyrics and stuff were like laying in bed in the dark with headphones on, whether it's, putting a song together, like with somebody in the studio late at night, or just, by myself right before I go to sleep. I would say that's when the chi, the flow is really at its strongest.
Well, that takes discipline, because I got to be honest with you. I mean, at the end of a day, that's rough. That is rough, and to muster up that energy to be productive after a full day is very tough, and very few people can do it. I'm going to brag. I'm one that can do that. I just believe in moving forward, despite whatever's going on in your life. I mean, it's okay to take a break, but if you want to achieve something in life, you've got to continue to pursue. And if you're going through a difficult time, you say, okay, I'm going to sit on my ass for 3 days and sulk, but on the fourth day, I'm going to get up and I'm going to continue on. So, and I see that in you, and I hear it in your background and what and where you've come from as to and to where you are now.
And it definitely happens to everybody where they go through a period where they have to sit with it and process it.
Yep.
That definitely happens, but yeah, it's almost like that's what I would look forward to throughout the day. It was like that was what would motivate me throughout the day, is like to power through it, because I'm gonna have that time at the end of the day for myself where I can do what I want to do most, and that's create and draw from what I'm going through in life, or what I see, or just what types of things that I want to bring into the world.
So. It's like that reward.
Right. Yeah.
And you can actually measure your productivity towards your goal if you're disciplined and you put in the time, which is what you're doing. And a lot of people don't realize how much they do for their goal, and they kind of hit a wall. But one thing that I even do this in my professional job. You make a list of your accomplishments. And you go back and you look at what you've done, what you've accomplished, because there are times you've done a hell of a lot more than you think you've done.
Oh man. And that's so true. And sometimes I don't take the time to actually like think about that. Because when you get like, you get super ambitious and you really want to accomplish a lot, sometimes that could become like an appetite that you never really fill.
Exactly.
Completely. And you really do have to take that time to actually write those things out, because you really don't realize it. I completely agree with you, and you have to. You really should.
Well, yeah, you owe it to yourself. You need to reward yourself for these personal achievements, because everyone goes through the rat race, but you can really beat yourself up if you don't stop in your tracks and do an audit of what you've accomplished, because you'd be surprised at how that'll change your mindset.
Oh, no.
You'll look at because there are days where you're like, well, God, I gotta get something done, blah 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 blah. I haven't done anything. But once you sit back and you write down what you've done, you can say, you know what, I've done a hell of a lot the past week or whatever, and my timeline is this time. I've accomplished X, Y, and Z. I owe it to myself to relax, to give my mind a chance to simmer down a bit, relax, so I can rejuvenate, reinvigorate, what I'm doing.
No doubt.
So,
I mean, yeah, no doubt. Like, give yourself that credit, and that's what's gonna deflate that anxiety that you constantly keep doing more too, which is, I think, something that I know it sounds like we both dealt with it, is that that pressure to keep going. But when you actually take that time to deflate, look back on your goals a little bit like that, that's actually what allows you to continue to progress.
Exactly.
You really can't create with that pressure and anxiety you put on yourself to continue to keep going without reflecting on actually what you've accomplished,
Yep.
So,
well,
I totally agree.
All right, so I'm going to play Don't Want It.
Yeah. Okay.
We didn't talk about that last time, and I'm like, I like this song. Let's. Oh yeah, man. Let's
behind it. Let's play it.
I do some digging. So let's hear this song. This is by Nate Wood. Don't Want It. What year did you produce this? I see April 6, 2016.
Yeah, I mean, I think I wrote it. I want to say there's actually a cool story behind that track. It actually took about a year and a half to actually get it to that point where that track is like completely finished where it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I put it out in 2016, but it was probably about a year and a half before I was like, okay, this is done.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So let's start it. All right. This is Nate Wood. Don't Want It.
Nobody is gonna want to put me in any kind of class.
You hear that? Okay.
I'll just say that.
Yeah.
In any kind of class, like you're using the J sample, bro. My corpse is a sacrifice. Fear is giving bad advice. Splatter in the truth as I
haven't listened to this in a while.
It's got that old school hip hop beat.
Like,
and this is a bit more harder.
yeah.
This is hard from you, brother. You need to bring this back.
Definitely. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm creating in the future, just like right now, and like what I'm putting together, is gonna draw from a lot of. I have a track that's kind of like a similar hardness and darkness as that track is too. So it's.
Hey man, I know the last time we talked, you had vices and goals, and I was like, man, that's you. This here. This is you, man. And the thing about it is you see, and it's funny because I interviewed Clever Cash, and he's got a different sound. He's very baritone, deep voice, and
I think I listened to his interview.
Yeah, man, he is really cool, man. But
yeah,
he
was in the car, right?
Yeah. He started we got all jacked up because he's in the car, and then the call dropped. It was a mess, but we got it together. But he has his space, and it's like he's got his image, I guess I should say. Mm-hmm. And you've got two. You've got the good guy college thing going on with your party song. This here. Yeah. You see, you can do both.
Yep.
You can do both. That I like that, man. You got that old school KRS-One hip hop beat in the background, man. That is nice. That is nice. Hang on. All right, now let's go back to Vices and Goals.
Definitely.
All right.
Just real quick too. Like, it was funny because I worked on that track with the same guy that I worked on like Hello Day, Vices and Goals. His name's Max. He's from Des Moines, Iowa. Him and I have just developed a really good relationship over the last like 4 or 5 years, and it was just funny when he made that beat. He loved it. He wanted somebody to go on it so bad. He like showed it to a ton of rappers. None of them wanted to go on it. I'm like, give me that. I'm trying to go on that. I'm trying to pull something out that I think matches it really well, and it was exciting, like just to do that. And I mean, the whole thing, like, don't want it. I just knew like people didn't want someone like me to go on a song that sounded like that and to discuss the things that I discussed on that track. That's why we called it "Don't Want It." And so yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of that background for that.
Yeah, you need to do another track with that demeanor.
Definitely.
Oh cool. Yeah, man. You do. That was, I found that and I was like, oh wait, let me turn this up. You know, that was good. All right, so let's get into Vices and Goals. And there's actually Nate Wood has a YouTube channel, and we'll get all that squared away. And actually, we have an artist submissions page at THERUNNER.com with your with a link to your website and things. So, all right, here's Vices and Goals. Crank it back up.
Or you lose your interest and feel trapped down with no way around. Clocks in my head start turning to sounds. Open my soul, slowly I rise.
I like how this builds.
Look all around, people are blind. You can relax.
And the sense.
Life gets unpredictable. All we really got are the principles. Got it through the struggle, through the pain and all the trouble. When you're losing all your touch and you forget about your hustle.
And you know, if you had like some strings in this, some strings,
yeah.
That would have been beautiful.
I can hear that.
Oh yeah. It's just like it's a really nice chill track, man. And it's like you could actually do a remix of this and add some orchestra type elements to it, you know, some strings, maybe some horns. I mean, you could literally redo this. Not that this is excellent, but just, you know, a remix. Be awesome.
Well, I mean, I think that's a great point, and I think that track was actually the intro track to a project that I put out called Overlaps, which MV completely did all the production on that, and a lot of people said like this has a really good intro feel.
Oh yeah.
And I think taking something with that, just similar structure, similar type of a sound, and adding those extra elements to it on something that I do next, I think that would be really good. And getting those, you know, those strings and horns and kind of some of those more like natural instrumental sounds would be definitely a good direction to go.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful build. It is. It really. I mean, I really like it a lot. And so, let me back up here. Now, we're going to talk about The Party again.
Okay.
Now, that's the one I'm talking about. You got your college boy thing going on, but you do it very well. You do it very well. So this is called. This is from Nate Wood, The Party. And there's a video on YouTube. So let me crank it up a little bit.
It's such a perfect afternoon, I smell the loud. I know the time is coming soon, okay, so now let's free our minds with
I especially like the keg. Y'all carrying the keg into the house. Emotions lifted from this joint, okay, so now I really got a vent cause I was sent to project what I wrote, let me clear my throat.
Feel the energy with enemies resenting me. Wearing a smile while over it is the recipe. Oh, fuck it, here we pour a glass. Taking every sip and now we want to make it last. I just let it come and then it started coming fast. Now I'm so turned up that I forgot I had class. All love, I grab on the ass. Times it'll work, then at times it'll pass. Got a good feeling, so I'm hitting all doubt. Breathe in, breathe out, hyperventilate the drought. Listen to my flow, it's how I'm gonna let it out. Work hard with no handouts, or why my dreams stand out. Walk into the room. How long you been waiting?
Yeah, that was nice.
It was a fun night.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a really fun night making that video.
It looks genuinely organic, you know.
That's what people exactly.
You know, it's not fake, and because I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, you got all these people partying, man. So tell me about this video. Who shot the video?
Oh man, his name's Alex Belleville, and he owns a video production company called Mirrorless Productions LLC. Guy is one of the most inspiring guys that I know, honestly. Super talented, high energy. I mean, there's no way that he shot the Hello Day video too.
Oh, nice.
And him and I, we work really well together with like just sharing vision and like putting things on paper and then executing. Like he's a doer. You know what I mean? That's what's making him successful. And his Mirrorless Productions company is just grown so much over the last like two years, just since I've known him, and it's just really cool to see. Like he's just got business coming in with music videos, commercials. He's got things going on with like the local community, just engaging all different parts to bring business in and grow his dream. It's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like you said, he's a doer. He's not a talker.
He's a doer. That's what I respect about him so much. He does. Like he doesn't sit and say he's going to do something. He does it. Mm-hmm. And that's what you have. I mean, that's the only way. Well,
that's the only way you're successful. It's funny because I was watching Sean Combs, P. Diddy, you know, his autobiography, and that's exactly how he was. He didn't wait, man. And if you wasted his time, he moved on to the next thing. And really in this business, and even if you look at Dwayne Johnson, he's the same way, you know. Yep. And these guys are catalysts for people like you, people like me, and other people trying to get something, you know, trying to accomplish something, trying to achieve something. So, no, that's excellent, man. But you've got it. You know, to be an indie rapper and have such a quality video, you know, video production. Somebody's trying to call me. Sorry. Quality video production, man. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Who does your marketing?
I actually pretty much do it myself. Like I do. I mean, the videos itself are marketing. You know?
Yeah.
There's more that can always be done. I work with my cousin does a lot of my marketing too. Like we do photo shoots. We did like a couple of videos together that helped prepare for my release for my Living in Two Worlds album. His name's Mark. So like he does video editing and photography. He hasn't been doing it quite as long as Alex, but he is extremely talented, really creative. And then I actually know another graphic designer who does a lot of like my artwork on social media, like whenever I put a single out or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, like running my Facebook, running my Instagram, that's me. My website is done by like literally a lifelong friend that lives out in Austin, Texas. He was my neighbor growing up. His name's Peter Williams, so shout out to him. He's another guy that we could talk about him for another hour, so we're not going to do that. But he's another guy that really helps me out. So
that's good.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that help me do it. You know, there's obviously more work that can be done, and you know, there's more to do. But there's definitely people that I have that help me out with that. So it's cool.
Well, it's like you've got this cadre of people that are helping you, and you know, and you trust them, and you obviously have, you know, you have long relationships with them, and that's a good thing. Trust me, that's a really good thing.
One of my favorite things about doing this.
Honestly. Yeah, well, you can sleep at night, and you know, and to be honest with you, the social media aspect. I mean, Facebook has evolved into something different. I mean, Facebook is Facebook, you know, but a lot of people have Facebook like you have a driver's license. You got to have one to drive a car, you know? So, but it's like no one's really promoting it. You know, they have it as a baseline to say that I'm an artist and here's my page. You know, I'm glad your dog's barking because mine was barking earlier. Interview. I think I told you last time that the reason Oprah got so popular is she didn't use a script and she didn't have pointed questions. She shot from the hip.
Exactly. And I know that, you know, when I was listening to, I forget his name. I was just listening to his interview, but you said you love seeing people in their natural environment. And this is
right.
This is my natural environment. I'm just cooking dinner, about to have my parents over to have some food. And I keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. I'm just going to go grab my dog.
No, it's all good, man. No, this, you're in your habitat. That's what I said to Kalev Cash. You're in your natural habitat, and that's where I excel. I like talking to people in the norm, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, the one thing that I have failed to do with all of the artists that I've talked to, when you're coming out with a new album, new CD, new music, new single, you can literally take your iPhone and you can do record a memo. You can just say, hey, I got a new single, blah, 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 drop it on this date, hear it at therunner.com, and you can send me that little file via email, and I'll master it and I'll upload it. It's that easy, man.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really like you. You know, I like how you're selective with the artists that you pick, and you kind of take the time to like look into them and stuff like that. I mean, that's really cool. Like those are the types of people that I want to be connected with, and I want to, you know, work with. So I'm definitely down to do that. In fact, there's a track that a good friend of mine just put out. And I'm featured on it, so I mean I could send that one over to you if you would like.
Yeah, send me whatever you want to send me. You know, I'll promote you. I'd say you're one of my resident artists, and whatever you get, just send it to me, and I'll play it, man. I mean, listen, it's no big deal. I mean, there's some artists that, you know, I'll play their music, but after a while, you know, if it just doesn't fit anymore, I pull it down. I mean, that's my prerogative. You know, so whatever you have, send it my way. We'll promote it. Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, listen.
I'm going to be sending people to the website too, because you know people are excited. They're reaching out. They're saying, I heard about this. Like I heard you do this, and like, you know, I see people when I go into work, they're asking about it, and it's like, yeah, like, you know, and my music is, you know, on a website and on a really cool radio station out of Chicago. So.
Yeah, man, and you know it's funny because I'm going to wrap up because I know you got stuff to do as well. There's this DJ in the UK, and I just sent him my stats as far as my listeners. Man, I have listeners all over the globe.
That's awesome.
In every country. It's unreal. And I did some screenshots because the site, you can't download all the data, but I sent some screenshots. But really quickly, where can we find your music? And then we'll shut it down.
Sure. My name's Nate Wood. You can find my music on SoundCloud, Apple Music, and on my website. SoundCloud is Nate3Wood. Apple Music, just look up Nate Wood. And you can also find it on my website, which is Nate Wood, Li2W, standing for Living in Two Worlds. So
nice. All right.
Yes.
Well, hey, listen. Thank you again for take two. See it. We did record it. Okay, so we're good to go. Listen, have a good night, Nate. Stay in touch, man, and good luck to you. Okay.
Absolutely. You too. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Sounds good. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, see you later.